YouTube? It's your boy Fredo back again with another banger. Okay, I just want to say thank you to everybody. You know, my last video got 14 views. Logan Paul, we coming for you. I'm just playing, man. I hope everybody doing good. Y'all well rested and less stressing, man. I seen them gas prices. I know y'all probably going through it. I mean, hey, at this point, you might as well buy a bike. But that ain't what we're here for. Today, we're going to have a Squid Game TV show review. And since I finished it, I'm going to do my best not to spoil anything. Before I get started, man, if you could drop a like, you know what I'm saying, share it with a friend and turn on post notifications so you can stay updated with all the new content, you could really help your boy out, man. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. First things first, I made a mistake. When I first watched the show, I didn't go and look at the episode count, and that is a big mistake that you can make when you're watching a series as good as Squid Game, because you'll get, you know, real involved with the show, and then next thing you know, it's over with. Now you're waiting for season 2. Terrible pain, man. I'm talking about anime cutscene type pain, because you know, like in the anime shows, when somebody know they finna die, the screen turn black and white, and they have like some little speech about something their sensei told them. You know, my sensei told me I could be the greatest one day. That's how you know buddy finna die. Another thing I gotta point out, it's a Korean show, okay? It's not in English, but they do have English subtitles and English voices over them. But you know that means that the lips and words don't match, okay? Now, if that bothers you, I want to let you know personally, it is a good enough show for you to ignore it. But just know that they're going to be like, hi, okay? Deal with it. And the absolute last tip that I have before you watch this show, don't get an attachment to any character. All right, so let's get into what the show's about. Basically, this show is about a group of people who all have one thing in common. They're in a tremendous amount of debt. We're not talking about you owe Sally Mae back and you ain't gonna pay them. We talking about like you at the point where you might need to sell a kidney. Now the man above it all knows that these people are in debt, so he sends a guy out to recruit people to play the game. All right, and how they get recruited is they go to a subway station, and then a guy comes up to him with a briefcase. He's like, you know what? I got a game for you to play. If you win, I give you money. If you lose, you give me money, right? And it's a pretty simple game. You take a little square whoop. There's one that's red, there's one that's blue. One of them's laying on the ground. You throw the thing on it, you try to flip it over. If it flips, you get money. If you lose, he get money. Problem is, all of these folks is broke. And that's when one of the first true meanings behind the show comes in. Desperation. Because these people go as far as, like, you know what, I ain't got no money. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you slap me instead, just so I can keep playing for a chance to win. And they get smacked the fuck up. Like, buddy, hand was nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. And at this point, that's when they know that they're desperate enough, and they send them an invitation to the game that they get on a little card with a circle, square, and a triangle on it. Once they accept the invitation, they meet them at a spot, they get in a van, they deploy sleeping gas, and they take them off to the island where the game is going to be played. Now, the reason why they're going to play the game is because if you win the game, you win money. And not just a regular amount of money. We're talking about 46 billion won. Now, I don't know what that is in US dollars, but I mean, I don't care. They said a billion. They gotta be some bands. Now, when you offer that type of bread, you gotta ask, what's the catch? I'm only gonna explain 2 catches because I don't want to ruin the show, all right? The first catch is in the rules, right? The rules are pretty simple. Once the game starts, you cannot quit unless majority of the people agree to stop the game, right? The second rule is that if a player loses a game, they are eliminated. That is the first catch. Because if you didn't listen to that, when you hear eliminated, you think like, oh man, I don't get to win the game. Like, you know, I lost my chance to get the money. I'll go home, go see my family. No. If you get eliminated, you die. Which brings me to the second catch. The amount of money they make is based on the amount of players that are alive. Yes, this means that each player is worth a certain amount of money. So the more people that die, the more money the people or persons that win will make. Now that you have that information, you'll probably already start to think of all the ways that this show has deeper meaning, because those rules change everything. Another thing I need to point out is that remembering the names on that show is going to be incredibly difficult, okay? At least it was for me. I didn't remember nobody's name but like one person, all right? But they're all numbered by the jumpsuit that they wear, and it's basically the numbered participant that they are. So I usually go by the number that they have on their shirt. The main character is number 456. He's the first guy you meet in the show. He's a pretty good guy, but you're going to realize one thing about him. He will do almost everything in the book, but be a good dad. And the other main characters, one's a thug. One of them is supposed to be a U.S. student that left. He's like a big name in his hometown. Another one is the only one I remember is Ali. He's probably the most genuine guy on the show. You probably going to like him a lot. He's an Indian guy. The fourth one is the old man. I can't remember his name either, but I ain't gonna lie. He's gonna make you trip out laughing as soon as you see him in the show. And then the last two main characters, one of them is a girl that is a thief, and then the other one is just annoying. And I feel like it's my duty to let y'all know ahead of time about the annoying one, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get tired of her. All right, she talks way too much, and she loves to say I'm good at everything but the things that I'm not. That don't even make fucking sense. Okay, now that you know about the characters, here's the one other thing that you need to know. The games that they play throughout this show are all kids games, like games you played as a kid. So obviously if you heard that, you wouldn't be too worried about what was going to happen. But the thing is, they don't know what game they're going to play until the game starts. But the way they really added flavor to the show is while these people are playing Hunger Games, essentially, there's a detective playing Among Us because he's there trying to find his brother who went missing. I ain't gonna hold y'all. This show was refreshing, man, because I feel like they brought in a genre that we ain't used to, or not necessarily a genre, but like the concept of the show isn't something that we're familiar with like that over here in America, at least. And on top of that, they really didn't make the show super predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like normally when I watch a show, I can already tell what's gonna happen before it happens. On this show, you're not gonna get that opportunity, bro. It's wild. Okay, so I recommend y'all watching it. 10 out of 10. And of course, drop in the comment section what show y'all want me to do next, man. Because I just watched Demon Slayer, and I kind of want to do that. I don't know if y'all watch anime like talking about it, but I do. And that, man, let me tell you something. Demon Slayer was lit.